Okay, it's that time of year again. It's coming up to Christmas. You're looking for something special to buy your loved one, partner, friend. There's a new one on the market that I'm very impressed with. From the author of Scepter Wand, Steve Granori, renowned collector, renowned knowledgeable Northern Soul and Rare Soul man, has covered the All Platinum label. Joe and Sylvia Robinson's All Platinum record, dating from 1967 to 1979, complete discography. And as you can see, unlike the Scepter one, this is full colour. Covers the records he released, covers the history, covers her successes, covers her struggles. And I think this is a damn good read. It's almost 500 pages. Yeah, 531 pages of solid information that's been really well researched and documented. Beautiful label scans, etc. And also covers its exposure it had in the UK. Some great memories there. If you're a Northern Soul fan, you will know there's literally tens of records on Stang or Platinum. The Maple label was had association with them, and they also got distributed by Chess Cadet. And Steve has done a wonderful job here. Nice, neat, tidy, easy to read, and just documented in chronological order and very, very well presented. This is £49, £5 post and packing as a gesture. It costs more than £5 to send these, so that's great. That's number one. That's on the website at the moment. This is an Evergreen winner. How to Do Northern Soul Properly, a handbook for the 21st century by the very witty man Tony Ellis. It covers a tongue-in-cheek look at Northern Soul and the ludicrous side of it, like Northern Soul dancing lessons, which is great. I didn't know you needed dancing lessons for Northern Soul. I thought you did it from your inner self and how it made you feel. And it covers all the things like, if it's called Northern Soul, why are there so many southern bastards on the scene? So I think there's a bit of a thing to think about there. There's maps. Mostly Tony is just taking the mickey out of Northern Soul and does it better than anybody else ever could do. Great Christmas Day read, that is, after dinner. Guaranteed to make you laugh, and it's a perennial seller for us every Christmas. This goes to people wanting to pop a very affordable present as a stocking filler. Coming to this one, my best work is the only documentation of British release Rare Soul, a guide to collecting Northern Soul on British labels, Rare Soul on British labels, or just Soul on British labels. It covers it completely, all in artist order, not in label order. Label order, we found last time we did it in label order, is very difficult to find. If you want to reference something you have in your hands, it's very difficult to find it going by labels. So artist order first. A-side and B-side, as with our Northern Soul vinyl guide. This does label number. It documents DJ and stock copy. It documents the genre. We do LPs, 45s and EPs. The year, this one's 1968, and the perceived current value. So what you have there is at your fingertips, literally most everything that was ever released in this country, followed by some of the best photography we've ever documented. We even do famous shops that Soul Records. Definitely do all the wonderful labels. There's hundreds of labels in here, as you can see, to whet your appetite for the collecting. LP covers, the rare J.J. Jackson there. Record adverts, programs that were put on from a Hitsville. This is a 60s program, the Tamla Motown show. Adverts from companies, more records. There's pages and pages of this. Every letter has a page of labels, promos, and what's it. I just think it's a pictorial delight of colour, and some of these record scans you will have never seen before because they are of very, very rare records of other people. So what we cover of these are Guy Stevens, Roger Eagle, Keith Winchell, Colin Curtis, Dickie Watt, Glenn Bellamy, Steve Glover, documenting those efforts, and particularly for a guy who lived down south, who was responsible for discovering so many great imports, because there were imports in London at the time. A guy called Dave Rivers, who used to supply places like the Torch and that, and take his own little box of discoveries to the Torch, and get the DJs there to play it. So anyway, this is my best work by a long way. It weighs about 2.5 kilograms. Beautifully presented, hardback, full colour, high quality paper, and full of things like the Soul City label. I think that's the first time that's ever been put together in print, and etc, etc. We've only had 1,000 of these made. The Manship Rare Soul Vinyl Guide for the USA we sold out of quite some time ago, and is now changing hands, I hear, at £150 for people desperate to get one. We haven't got one. We can't have it reprinted because the cost of doing all this is absolutely huge. So we're about halfway through selling all these at the moment, but when they're gone, they're gone. There won't be any more done, there won't be a rerun. These are £75, and when you compare it with other books on the market, that is a tome, it's a Bible, and it's well worth £75. This is a legendary first attempt at covering the Northern Soul scene, and it's called The Incry by Mike Ritson and Stuart Russell. Very well researched, and it covers how the Northern Soul scene went from being underground into being overground, and that isn't very expensive. The hardback is very rare, but the hardback is about 29 quid. The softback, the paperback, is 9 quid, which is very nicely priced. Here's another one which I think nobody else has done yet. This is $1 million worth of Northern Soul. It's 1,000 label scans of rare records, documented in order of value, rarity and quality, in my opinion. And very few get, I mean, there's a 4-star quality there with the Just Brothers Carlina, and just a 2-star quality for the Fuller Brothers Stranger at My Door, which at the moment is changing hands for 4 figures, no problem. My Sugar Baby, so rare on an original. The quality is 5 because it's absolutely stunning Northern Soul. So what you have is 1,000 label scans there of important Northern Soul. We're currently working on volume 2 for this because things have changed and I think I can do it a little bit better. But this, at the moment, we're down to, I don't know, a handful of copies left, and it's been on the market quite some time. We've still got some back stock. You need to go to our website of certain price guides. I've got none of Price Guide 7, but I've got some of Price Guide 5, and I've got some of Price Guide 6. Okay, these are handy little books. This one by Richard Gilbert retells all his stories of travelling America, talking to artists, looking for records, and it's a unique insight into how pioneers like Richard Gilbert actually added to the Northern Soul scene with his discoveries, and documents some of the most important people who made Northern Soul. I particularly like this one because I love Ginger Taylor. He's one of the greatest characters on the Northern Soul scene, and Rob McKeever actually dedicated a whole book to him. That's a great little stocking filler because it's not expensive, it's quite cheap, and these, I like these little tributes to some of the lesser documented Northern Soul artists. This one by Keith Ryler, he was the guy who did the wonderful book on the Twisted Wheel. Keith is a really cool author. He took it upon himself to document a guy called Jerry-O, Keith Ryler, and on the record and off the wall, it's got many photographs and how his records actually got released in this country as well as anywhere else, and I think Jerry-O is an under-documented artist who needs to be read about, really. And again, that's just a stocking filler, very cheap. I think it's 12 quid. This one, don't forget Tony Ellis because that's a great laugh for Christmas. And now we've got, I'll just show you quickly because these are the legendary limited edition boxes that Nick Brown does. Every one of them is numbered in gold on the bottom. Just there. That's a number of limited. They're all limited editions, and you can see the artwork is stunning. The craftsmanship, unbelievable. These are really rare. This one's a really rare bird's eye maple, that is incredible, and the outsides are mahogany. Inside, wait for it, crushed velvet. Look at that, absolutely fantastic. If you've got precious records, why not house them in a precious box? That we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. These will go onto Facebook later. They'll go onto the site later on today. They're not cheap. You can imagine the man hours put into making something like this. They come in 100 count box, which holds about 120 quite comfortably. This one holds about 50 to 60 quite comfortably. And again, these are £400. These are £450. They're stunning, and they're things to treasure for life. I think for your husband or wife collector, this what a lovely thing to open on Christmas Day. You can see crushed velvet inside, purple velvet, craftsmanship on top. What's this one? This is made out of beeswing, satin wood and mahogany. They're rare woods, and I'm showing you that one. That one's already sold. I've sold that. So that's going all the way to Australia. There's another one here which is still available, and that's Golden Burr with, I think that says spruce. And let's have a look. Well, there you go, look at that. It's got an antique gingham interior, which is very muddy, very retro, really nice. Those are 400 quid, but like I say, these are things to treasure for life. Keep them for life like you treasure your records. And I'm sure there's records in your collection that deserve to be presented in one of these. Okay, that's just a few things for Christmas. Go to the website www.raresoulman.co.uk, and there's also on there a massive array of gift vouchers and other things that will fit your criteria for making your partner or your loved one happy this Christmas. I'll be back soon.